When you ask somebody for their ID and they open up their wallet and they go like this, what do you say to them? You ask them to remove it from their wallet and hand it to you. Please don't touch their wallet or purse. They may accuse you of taking something out of there. You want to hold the ID in your hand. When you look at the photo, you look straight across. Remember, it's much easier to look at somebody straight across this way than it is up and down, because the way somebody's eyes are will never, ever, ever change. Let's say I go into the bar, I grab 2 beers, I hand it to somebody who's 18, 19 years of age. We sit down, you assume they were carded. They were never carded. You got to be very careful about it. You got a group of youngins who are people of age, keep your eye on them. There's a good chance they'll have a little sip of minds going on. Give them a little bendy poo. You'd be surprised how they're nothing more than cardboard and they'll snap in your hands. Look at the back of the ID. Sometimes they're poorly photocopied. They're blank. It's not a true barcode on there. Every state has different features. I one time had a bartender share the story with me. An ID was handed to him. He looked at the back of it and said, "Not valid ID, entertainment purposes only." He says, I looked at the guy and said, "Very clever." Their signature, have them sign their name for you. When you have them sign their name to compare their signature, have them sign it 3 times on 3 separate pieces of paper. It's a psychological thing. But the time they hit the 3rd piece of paper, sometimes they freak out and write down their name, the name on the ID, or they get nervous and just walk away. Does all the font match up? Look at the typefaces. Does the birth date and the expiration typeface match the address typeface? Ask them questions on the ID. A lot of people, when they have a fake ID, they'll be using somebody else's ID and they'll have it completely memorized. What you want to do is you want to hold the ID in the hand. You want to make them feel comfortable. Because remember, they've got the information in their head from top to bottom. What you want to do is start out by asking them real questions like, "So, what you doing out tonight? Going to college? Where are you going to college at? When do you mean you grow up? Why do you want to do that?" And then in the middle of nowhere, he goes, "What's your birthday? Why don't you spell a name for me? So where'd you go to high school at?" Talking about it. You look in the back of it like, "Hey, what DMV did you get this from? You don't remember? Well, you were there for like 3 hours. I wasn't. You an organ donor? What month you born in? I'm sorry, what month is that? 3 or is that March? Oh, 3, yeah. When do you be 21? They tell you it's awesome.